I guarantee you, after watching this, you will look at the market differently. Perhaps you might even use only this strategy throughout your journey as a trader. Moreover, if you combine this knowledge with practical concepts, you will undoubtedly become a successful trader. But before we continue, be sure to subscribe to this channel, like the video and click the bell button. The whole point is that it was known 100 years ago who controls the market, and yet uneducated traders still pay no attention to this. They are the majority and they lose money. Wyckoff formulated 3 laws. If you understand these 3 laws, you understand the principle of price movement in the market. The first law is supply and demand. It's simple here. If demand prevails in the market, the price rises. If supply prevails, the price falls. On the chart we see a consolidation here. How does accumulation generally occur? For the price to break out of the consolidation, demand must overcome supply. This is roughly how professional players accumulate their positions. They buy here at the bottom, for example at 20, and sell at the top at 10, until all the supply is bought up. Large players cannot simply take and accumulate their huge position all at once. This would destabilize the price. Time and money would be wasted. The market doesn't work that way. Large positions are accumulated and distributed. After that, the price breaks out of the consolidation, and it is at this point that inexperienced traders, as well as those experiencing FOMO, fear of missing out, who were lured into the market, join in. By this time, the job is already done, and the market is often left chasing the movement. An upward movement begins, followed by a stage of distribution or reaccumulation. This will happen if buyers continue to show their strength. I want to share a thought here that no one really talks about. How can you visually distinguish accumulation from distribution? Typically, during distribution, volatility is higher than during accumulation. So let's summarize. Price moves in phases. The movement directly depends on supply and demand. Now, the next law is cause and effect. This is even simpler. The cause is accumulation or distribution. The effect is the trend. The larger the accumulation or distribution, the stronger the trend. And the last law is effort versus result. Let me show you on the chart. There is a large volume, this is effort, but the price did not move further, this is a lack of result. This can serve as a signal of a possible trend halt. Conversely, if the action is reflected in trading volume, the market is in harmony, and the movement is likely to continue. In general, Wyckoff believed that you should enter a position only when the asset follows a specific trend, and you can only beat the market if you are in the harmony with it. This is what I talk about in my videos. You should always consider the context and move with the market, not against it. And you should always understand why the price might reverse in a certain area or continue its movement. There are 3 types of springs, which serve as entry signals. Spring 1 forms on low volume. Such springs are much rarer than springs with high volume. That is, the volume during the spring should be lower than the volume at the selling climax, as shown here. It can be bought immediately, without waiting for a test. The next type, spring 2, is a spring on high volume. This kind of spring is only bought after a test. Then there is spring 3, the shakeout. This type of spring differs from the previous ones and looks slightly different. The price is driven below the level after which it trades in a small consolidation. Traders using technical analysis call this pattern a head and shoulders. While the first 2 springs simply remove liquidity and the price quickly moves upward, the logic here is slightly different. A false movement is created, causing people to open positions in the wrong direction. This shakes off unnecessary passengers who joined the trend, and then the price moves in the intended direction. This type of spring is only traded after the price returns to the range and tests it. Now, let's continue the analysis based on the charts. We will sequentially place each marker. Remember, we don't trade based on pictures, so understanding the logic here is crucial. If you master this method, believe me, your efforts will be rewarded. So the first accumulation scheme with the spring, what you need to pay attention to, the key elements here will be the selling climax, the automatic rally, the test in phase B, the spring, and then the subsequent breakout, with the test and support levels. So we have a downward movement, and here was a selling climax, which will be the lower boundary of the range. Here, professionals locked in profits and partially accumulated position. Typically, the climax is accompanied by increased volume. Next comes the automatic rally, an impulse that can reverse the direction. This will be the upper boundary of the consolidation. Then comes the test, and this is considered a good test. The presence of these three elements is mandatory. This was phase A, the stopping of a trend. The next important element is the ST in phase B, the secondary test of the support level. In the next phase, liquidity is often taken from the last layers here, but this is not a mandatory condition, though it is the ideal scenario. Then comes a small correction, and after that, the spring. Low volume indicates a lack of supply, and it can be bought immediately without waiting for a test. After the spring, we have a test of this level. Then comes the break of structure. Next, this will be the last point of support, and then signs of strength. At this time, the breakout from the consolidation typically occurs, followed by a backup and another support level, after which the movement continues. So, if you find a setup here at the bottom, in this case, it could be a bounce from the test of the order block, and if you place a stop loss beyond the order block, the reward ratio is more than 1 to 15. Just one such trade per month and you might not need to trade anymore. But you must learn to correctly identify setups. Alternatively, you can use a more conservative approach and enter after the break of structure and the test. In this case, the profit would be like 1 to 2.5, and even that is a good result. Next is an example of accumulation without a spring. So we see a downward movement. Here was a selling climax. Then the automatic rally and the test. This is phase A, the stopping of the trend. In this illustration, you can clearly see how the situation differs from this scheme. This is why I keep repeating, stop trading based on pictures. You need to delve into the essence and understand the logic of the movement. Next, after a small correction, comes the test in phase B and the removal of liquidity with the selling climax. Then, we see a small consolidation here. After that, 2 support points, last points of support. Then the break of structure and another LPS, followed by the breakout from the consolidation with a sign of strength, and a backup with the last point of support. Here, it's clear how the shadow fills this imbalance. In this case, the entry point could have been the test of the structure break line, with a stop loss beyond the LPS. The risk-reward ratio would be 1 to 1.5, and this would not be a very high-quality trade. Now, to help you understand why the reversal happened here in the first place, if you look at the 4-hour chart, you will see an 8-hour imbalance and its clear filling. This is what I'm talking about. You should always understand the motive behind a particular pattern or model. Next, let's look at distribution. The principle is the same and the labels are in the description below the video. We'll move a bit faster here to avoid dragging out the video. Following the upper scheme, here the spring will be called UTAD, upthrust after distribution. The classification of springs is the same. So here we have preliminary selling. The labels for preliminary selling or buying are not particularly important. They only indicate a possible change in character. Here we have a buying climax on high volume. And this is the upper boundary of our consolidation. Next, the automatic reaction. This will be the lower boundary of the consolidation. Then comes the test, and this is the stopping of the trend, phase A. Next, sign of weakness in phase B, and then the upthrust, the removal of liquidity with buying climax. Here, as you can see, the volumes are already lower. Then a small consolidation as shown in the scheme, and after the UTAD, the removal of liquidity from previous high occurs. Then the break of structure and the test of the resistance level. Note that the volumes are lower. You can enter a trade here if there is a setup. The entry point could have been the test of this order block with the stop loss beyond the order block. The first target would be to reach the update of this low and later this one. Next, according to this scheme, we have the last point of resistance and the breakout from the consolidation. Then, last point of supply and the downward movement. As you can see, the result was simply incredible. A risk-reward ratio of 1 to 25. You could spend the whole month looking for one trade, and as a result, make up for all the time spent. As you can see, all the examples differ from the classic schemes. This is because classic formations are quite rare, so after an upward movement, we see preliminary selling, then a climax on increasing volumes, the upper boundary of our consolidation. Next, the automatic reaction on high volume. This is a good signal before the stop. Then, we see a test on low volume, the stopping of the trend, phase A. Next, sign of weakness, and then removal of liquidity from selling climax, with decreasing volumes. This is a good signal. Then, a correction and LPSY. By the way, here is a possible reason why the UTAD didn't form. We see an imbalance zone. The main position had already been accumulated, and additional liquidity removal wasn't needed. After filling the imbalance and breaking the structure, the breakout from the consolidation and further devaluation of the asset occur. In this case, if we consider the entry point after filling the imbalance, then the break of structure and the confirmation of the break, I would enter here. The stop loss would be above the imbalance, and the targets could be all the liquidity here. The risk to reward ratio would be 1 to 4.5. And now the last scheme, the scheme of redistribution and reaccumulation. This is much simpler than it might seem at the first glance. In fact, you might not even need to delve deeply into this scheme. Just remember, in reaccumulation, the first part is from distribution, phase A, the stopping of the trend, and the subsequent phases are from accumulation. In these schemes, you can see movement both with and without spring. Similarly, in the case of redistribution, phase A is from accumulation, the stopping of the trend, and all other phases are from distribution. It's that simple, and there is no need to overwhelm yourself with unnecessary schemes. Now, let's look at examples. First, we'll follow the original scheme. Here we have preliminary buying, followed by the selling climax with increased volume. This is the upper part of the consolidation. Next, the automatic rally. Pay attention to the volumes here, and then the test. The second part of the scheme is already from accumulation. Here we have the ST, secondary test in phase B. Notice that the volume here is lower than during the automatic rally, which tells us that seller is losing strength. Then, everything follows the second scheme, accumulation without a spring. Next, 3 last points of support. As in the classic scheme, the volumes decreased and only here and there were strong volumes, indicating that the buyer was trying to fight. This relates to Wyckoff's third law, effort versus result, high volume with no movement. Then, sign of strength and the backup. On this test you could look for an entry point, with the stop loss beyond the LPS. The risk to reward ratio would be 1 to 5.5. As for the distribution scheme, it's a mirror image of this one, so we won't go over it as it won't be difficult to figure it out on your own. This is a very effective method, and I've shared all the nuances with you, including those that are often left unmentioned. It's quite complex and definitely requires practice. Try it out in backtest and on a demo account. And because you've watched this until the end, I have a bonus for you. I want to share with you my personal strategies with Proven Edge for free. It's a simple rule-based strategies that only take 15 minutes a day to look for a setup. Follow the link in the description. If this video was helpful, be sure to show your appreciation with the like and subscribe to this channel. I wish you good luck on your journey and see you at the top.